Wild Time Cooking with Allison Davis is brought to you by Corman Kitchen and Bath.
Welcome back to Midday Kentucky. Chef Allison Davis here in the Wild Time Kitchen, and today we are talking about some holiday side dishes, and one that I think is a must in the South is the sweet potato casserole. It is just delicious, and it really is all about the candied, sweetened sweet potatoes topped with sometimes marshmallows. And in this case today, we're going to top it with a pecan streusel topping, which I typically prefer over the blistered marshmallows. All right, so one thing that I typically do with sweet potatoes is instead of cutting them and going through all the hassle of dicing and peeling, I will just put them in the oven for, maybe an hour or so, just until they really get nice and soft. And you can see how easily the skin will just peel right off of the potato. It's still a little bit warm, but the skin just peels right off, and the potato is ready for mashing. It's really nice and soft. All right, I'm going to add to these mashed sweet potatoes. Oh, I was afraid that was still hot. I'm going to add to these mashed sweet potatoes a little bit of melted butter, and then we're going to add a little bit of milk. Same thing as if you were making mashed potatoes, right? So just a little milk or cream, melted butter, and then we're just going to start to kind of mash these down. This is the best tool that I have found. This is a hand masher that we got from Joseph & Joseph a long time ago. I think they've even discontinued it, but if you can find a nice little hand masher, it's a great way to, work your potatoes and not overwork them where they get super gummy. All right, we're going to add to this some salt and pepper. And that's kind of the base for our sweet potatoes, with the exception of a little pumpkin pie spice. All right, so I add a nice little bit of that pumpkin pie spice into our sweet potatoes, butter, cream, or milk, salt, pepper, and you're done. Okay, so that's the base. So this will then get spread into our casserole dish. This will then get spread into our casserole dish, and then we're just going to apply this nice streusel topping. Okay, so pretty easy so far, nothing super complicated. Okay, now for the streusel topping, we are just going to mix this in a nice little bowl. I've got some cold butter just kind of cubed up, which will melt on top. We're going to add a little bit of flour to that just to kind of coat the butter. Then we're going to add kind of our streusel topping mixture. I've got some chopped pecans. I think pecans are kind of a key flavor pairing when it comes to the sweet potato casserole. I just love it. I'm going to add a few little bit of oats, and then just some brown sugar and a touch of vanilla. Okay, so there's really not a set ratio here. It's really just about having it to where it just kind of crumbles. So if it's too wet, just add a little bit more flour, and then just kind of break that butter up into some really small crumbles. But that's really what this is. It's a crumble topping. So just kind of work that till it's all mixed together. Nice and crumbly, and the butter's all evenly distributed. Almost like when you're making biscuits, how you kind of cut in the butter. That's kind of what I'm doing at this point with the butter cubes. All right, and then we're just going to take that streusel topping and just kind of spread it over top of our sweet potato casserole or sweet potato mash. And then just let this blister up in the oven for maybe 10 minutes at 400, really just to get the brown the top nice and brown. The sweet potatoes are all cooked, ready to go. There's no raw products, so you're pretty much there. All right, guys, you know where to find this recipe for the holidays. You can go to middaykentucky.com/recipes tab. I'm Chef Allison Davis with Wild Time Cooking. Thanks so much for watching. We'll be right back after this short break.